Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Simpson Outlaw Bandit Helmet, available at RevZilla.com. Oh, it's sexy. Oh, it's different. This is the Simpson Outlaw Bandit. Now, I will tell you this, I am fired up that RevZilla.com has Simpson. We've been chasing them down for years. They started in 1959 in the drag racing world, in the car side of things. They made parachutes for dragsters. They made fire retardant suits. They moved into helmets in 1979, and all of their helmets have a very distinct bane. Think Predator without the locks. Think aggressive, great for the power cruiser audience. Great for the Harley Davidson crowd, great for the American enthusiasts, and for me personally, on a naked bike, I think they look badass as well. Three key helmets in the line. This is going to be your Outlaw Bandit, and all of them are iterations on this Bandit theme. And the Bandit is really going to be this very simple design with an aggressive chin bar and almost an expanded, elongated auto profile to the face shield. Now, they are stealing some of that DNA from the car world, but they're baking in the best of it that marries well with moto. Now, if you're going to see, there's another helmet to my left here. This is the Simpson Street Bandit. And again, refined a little different, slightly different fit, a little bit more venting on top. Again, that's going to be a little less expensive than the Outlaw Bandit, but I'll talk about the differences as we walk through this bad boy right here. There's also going to be the M30, which you can get in full carbon fiber, again, with an increased vent scheme and keeping the same aggressive, I'm just going to call it the Predator look. I think these look really, really cool. Now, color scheme, this is my matte black. Of course it is. Gloss black. There's also going to be a gloss white as well, and you're coming in for this bad boy right around that $400 mark. So again, you're making an investment in a fiberglass helmet, 3 pounds, 6 ounces. That's going to be rock solid, DOT as well as Snell 2015. Now let's talk about fitment. I'm going to call it neutral oval. So a little bit longer front to back, but you're going to have a little bit more room in the temples. I will also note that here with the Outlaw Bandit, you're going to notice that the chin bar area is a little bit closer to the face, and on the Street Bandit, you actually have about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of additional clearance. It's actually one of the differences in the jawline fit scheme, but the interior of the helmet around the crown of your head, it's really, in my opinion, going to fit right along the same lines as something like that RXQ from Arai, where you might have a little bit more in the temples, still have that slight profile front to back. Again, should pretty much fit well with the American market. Now, if you're concerned about fit, remember, we ship for free over 39 bucks. But the bigger call out right now is click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV on our YouTube channel. I would love it if you would leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the Simpson Outlaw Bandit, the Simpson line. I'd love to hear your gut reaction and whether you love it or hate it. I think that this overall style is aggressive, but it's definitely a different type of a feel for the moto universe. Remember, RevZilla TV, subscribe, or I will be very sad. Now, if we work our way into some of the nuances of the helmet, let's start from the outside and work our way in. Fiberglass composite shell, remember we talked about that. On the inside, you're not going to have a dual density EPS, you're going to have a single density EPS, that's okay. But one of the things you're going to notice is you really only have 6 vents on this helmet. And there's 6 vents in the same place, 3 and 3. They're passive, which means you can't open and close them. They're going to flow some air into the chin, into the facial area, but there's no vents on the top of the helmet. There's no venting through the EPS. In my opinion, that's one of the trade-offs you're making when you're going really aggressive here with this look and style. They wanted to keep it refined, but that's maybe where you start to look at that Street Bandit, which gives you those 2 vents on the front. You just don't have it here on the Outlaw Bandit. If we look at some of the other nuances, we work our way around the helmet. Again, you're going to see some of these ridges. Now, the ridges on top of this helmet started from the drag world. When you're riding in an open cockpit drag racer, these are going to keep the helmet stable at speed. They kept them here on the moto side of things, and again, while a perfect sphere is really in many cases what they're going for the best motorcycle helmets, it's a style point here, power cruiser, Harley Davidson, you're not taking it to the racetrack. So again, they're making that trade-off, but it does look really cool, and you're going to notice the Street Bandit to my left doesn't have them. On the back, you see that ridge pulling everything together. Again, clean, classic, and nasty. They were just going for a simple, muscular, and aggressive line here. Now, we work our way into the front. One of the things I like here, again, I'm going to home right in on it, is really how the chin bar comes together, and then you move your way into the shield. Now, in the auto world, you're going to see it's a really thin field of view. They've expanded here on the Outlaw Bandit. Couple detents here, and when you go down, you do have the ability to crack it. Notice that there's going to be a locking mechanism over here on the left, so you can lock it down as well. But if I open it up, one of the things you got to keep in mind, especially if you're a multi-season rider, like if I'm looking at this and I'm riding my Multistrada and I know I'm wearing Gore-Tex throughout, one of the things they haven't done is given you a really beefy seal around the eye port. So again, it's a basic seal around the eye port. If you get caught in heavy rain, there's going to be rain that comes in from the top. Just understand that when you're going into it, but a lot of the guys that are rocking those power cruisers and some of the HDs that might go with this look, you know, they're not spending, you know, 1,000 miles in 2 days in full torrential downpours. That's just a different flavor, and it might be a different style. The other thing to keep in mind too is they tried to stay close to their auto roots here to keep that DNA intact, but they went with the pivot point up here along the side. It's not a quick release face shield mechanism, it's a screw mechanism, so it's going to take a little bit more effort to swap it out, but you can swap it out. Now, one of the things I do like about the shield is it's optically correct. It has a super coat anti-fog on it, but it's also going to be 3 millimeters thick, super thick. The only other guys I believe right now that are doing 3 millimeter shields are Shark on their Race R Pros, like Depunier wears in MotoGP. Again, Shark is gravitated toward that heavy duty polycarb 3 millimeter, which really gives you the best impact resistance. So, as we rotate it, keep in mind, you're still looking fiberglass, your Snell 2015, that nice little area of diffusion down at the bottom here to keep it stable at speed, but the aerodynamics are basic. You're really going after a specific look and DNA here with the Simpson helmet. Now, if I move over into my donut, and I bust my donut over here, you're gonna see the interior guts here. They are going to be antimicrobial, they are going to wick, they have a nice, simple feel to them. Again, they didn't go over the top here, and remember, there's no ventilation. One of the nice things that Simpson does, and everything actually here in the Outlaw Bandit is going to be Velcro. One of the nice things that Simpson does, though, is you'll notice the cheek pads are nice and beefy. They have a great contour to them, and you have the ability to adjust them. But I am going to call out that they include an extra set of cheek pads with every helmet, and whatever size you buy, you're going to get a cheek pad that's 5 millimeters less. So if you're right on that cusp in between sizes and it might be a little tight, you can actually tune it so that you have a little bit more room in the face. And what they did here is they're giving you, again, in my opinion, I like this, a very tight feel, a very beefy fit there. So I'm going to remove both of them. Notice double D-ring construction, no surprises there. And as I reach in, I'm going to pull out my comfort liner here. It connects along the brow. It does not collect in the crown. So what we're going to see here is 3D mapping. You do have your areas of mesh in the areas that would be hot spots. Notice along the front, it's not going to be snaps, so nothing for pressure points along your forehead. And then along the back, it just comes down here simply. If we turn it inside out, again, you have that higher quality mesh. You have the 3D design. It's built for comfort and stability. If we open the lid up, what you're going to notice is that it's very simple on the inside. Single density EPS, it does pass the Snell 2015 standard at 3 pounds 6 ounces, which is nice to see. But again, you're making that trade-off there because you're not getting the interior venting. See, I left my neck roll here intact as well. The other thing that they've done to make sure that they can hit that Snell 2015 MB 3 pounds 6 ounces is they're giving you 3 shell sizes. So again, it's not 1 or 2 shell sizes. They change the EPS. They're actually tuning that shell size as you go up or down, saving the materials and saving the weight. So the next step in your journey is to click right here, read other rider reviews of the new Simpson Outlaw Bandit Helmet at RevZilla.com. You don't have to take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for free over 39 bucks. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV on our YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your comments, your questions, your feedback. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.